Stop hiding everything that you bring to the table. I am Kelly Hearn, and you are on the channel for transitional leadership, where we develop you into an exceptional leader so that you can make an even bigger impact. And today we are talking about showcasing all of the value that you add so clearly that your boss can't help but see what an asset you are to the organization. Now, answer me this. If you could have trust and rapport with your team the way you've always wanted, the confidence to know that your boss is talking you up even behind closed doors, and the great productivity from your team consistently throughout the week, Monday to Friday, is there anything that would keep you from making that kind of an impact? Okay, I was talking about this in a live earlier on Instagram, and I had some people jump in and say, okay, we're 30 seconds in. Is this legitimate? Can you really build rapport and increase productivity at the same time? And honestly, the answer is yes. Actually, the truth is that recent studies are showing that results, empowerment, and engagement are all correlated with leadership. And what that means is as you build leadership, you build rapport, you build engagement, and you get results. They rise together. They fall together too, I suppose. But for the purpose of this, as you build your leadership skills, you are building everything else that you're looking for as well. Because that means that as you increase your practice in your leadership skills, you are building rapport, you are creating engagement, and you're seeing improved results. And the real value there is that you get to build out a single skill set that moves you closer to all of your goals at once. It's like finding the silver bullet. It's like getting to put all of your energy behind that one silver bullet to accomplish everything you wanted in your career. Now, just the other day, I was working with a client who said that putting the skills into practice used to feel like whack a mole. She was just putting out fires constantly as they came up. Once she refocused on proactively building her leadership skills, she started to see momentum. One of her employees was genuinely excited to share with her how they exceeded their customer setup metrics on a Friday. On a Friday, when everybody else is checking out, this person took the time to reach out to her directly and let her know that they had exceeded their metrics. My client said that she was actually using the word synergy in team meetings. I know it's a little bit cringy, but that's why she was pointing it out, was because she meant it, because the work was coming together so well. It actually seemed like synergy was an appropriate word to use. And getting results that everyone is happy to put the energy toward is what you want, isn't it? Now, will your boss see it? Would be the argument to that. Now, you do work every single day that your boss doesn't even notice, right? They don't notice when your team hits the metrics. They don't notice when you are taking the time to actively coach them. They aren't seeing it. And that is a question for you, honestly. Why? Why aren't they seeing the effort that you're putting in? Why aren't they seeing all of the work that you are doing? Now, that would be a question for you to actually ask. That's something that you should want to find out as a leader. Let me break it down for you a little bit more because I don't want that to be caught in a catch 22, okay? 80 to 90% of leadership is communication. And communication, very simply, is the successful transfer of feelings and ideas. So that means if your boss doesn't understand the value that you and the team are bringing to the organization, you aren't communicating it effectively. You haven't successfully transferred that idea. You haven't successfully transferred the feeling of value to them. That's your responsibility as the leader to connect those dots, to bring everything together. To communicate more effectively with your boss, start asking the questions. And then start listening to what is valuable work and what they see as noteworthy. From that, you'll be able to better understand exactly what to change in your team. If there is anything to change, honestly, because oftentimes it's not about making a change, It's about communicating it differently. What successes and challenges does your boss want to hear about? And then how to influence them to see the amazing value that you bring to the table, which means that you're just a few short conversations away from having the keys to the castle and highlighting everything that your court has to offer. One client of mine felt like she and her teams were always getting hit from the side. She used that as a phrase to describe when multiple projects would just come in, requests, distractions from their day to day work. The chief operating officer seemed to have a never ending list of extra projects that he wanted to see happen yesterday. And then he was never satisfied with the day to day progress. She was starting to get defeated, and that was making her team start to feel disgruntled. Once she started getting more curious with her boss and discovered what his true values were in that team, she could prioritize them. She could find out what was most important as far as the projects went and share progress on those regularly. Now, again, there might not be much to change in the way of time. There weren't always earth moving developments on all these extra projects, even though she had prioritized and only taken the top three. But just sharing that they were top of mind for her and for her team showcased to her boss that they were thinking the same way, that they were focused on making progress on the same mountains. Now, what do you think it would do for you to be able to influence through your communication that way? If you could get your boss to see the value that you were adding just simply by restating what's important to them. Because you want to have the full confidence of your boss and your team. And you know, truly mastering leadership communication skills is going to get you there. But what will it be like when you're there? Okay, it might sound a little something like this. You might be kicking off your team meeting with your top priorities of the week. You feel ready to tackle what's ahead based on your steady, energized review and how you're moving the ball forward. Everyone leaves with this buzz of energy. Your team starts prioritizing certain tasks and gets creative around how to fit in work on the side projects your boss has been talking about. Your heart just swells as you take note of the progress that they are making so far, knowing that with your team's support, you can deliver on the new initiatives. And you cannot wait to add these bullets to your update meeting with your senior leaders. I can tell you that that level of pride will look so dang good on you, my friend. Now, influencing through your communication allows you to take full credit for the underappreciated work you and your team are already doing. You get to share that success with your boss, with your team, with every stakeholder as you're building the trust that you desire. And you get to do it while seeing the most productivity that you have ever expected from your team. Are you ready to master the skill of leading to take your next step in your career and beyond? Okay, if you said yes, I am thrilled and I would love for you to just follow up with me. Send me a note at info@kellyhearn.com, put a comment below in this video and tell me, what work are you doing now that's going underappreciated? And how would it feel if you finally got the credit from everyone involved that you all deserved? I cannot wait to hear from you and to talk about your leadership skills and how you can get to that exact picture you're wanting. All right. I hope that this was beneficial for you. I hope that you are able to take this and run with it, adjusting your communication to get the atta girls, the atta boys that you so much deserve. And if you are thinking of someone right now who could use this message as well, please share it with them. That is how we can get the word out and help leaders develop into the exceptional leaders that they want to